Hi, good evening, guys. How are you guys doing? So, welcome to another episode of the Devil's Den brought to you by FOOTYtalk MY. So, again, thanks a lot, guys, for following us for the past many months on our show. So, just hope that you guys actually can just follow the below message where you can like, subscribe, and follow us on FB, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter for more shows. Please do share out the show, guys, to your fellow peers and members, and also on social media, so that we can get more viewers. To get us moving more with better contents in the future, right? All right. So anyway, without further ado, let me bring to you our co-host, none other than Asin. Hello, Serena. How are you
Hi,
doing?
Mandy. I'm good. How are you?
Okay, not bad. I'm all too pumped up. Too pumped up.
Okay, but
How
I need
about
to
you?
ask you something. I need to ask you something. Are you still the chairman of Anti Martial's club or not? It's very
Oh
important.
yes, I am. Oh yes, I am. I'll be
You
there for
still
a
are?
while.
Okay.
Maybe somebody else can take over me. Means I will just let it go for no fee
I,
involved.
I think I think
Free.
somehow, right, Bang Dane, I think somehow I feel that Martial would have actually watched your video, before that match against Manchester Derby. I think he would be like, oh, someone from Malaysia is talking about me, ranting about me. I need to prove them wrong.
I mean, if he does, then I hope that actually got into his skull a bit. I think he okay. No, I'll come to that. I'll come to that because we have our topics on a certain Anthony
Correct,
Martial.
correct.
So, but Serena, you know what? We have an all new lineup today. Okay, we have an all new
Powerful
lineup. But
speaker in the
before the
house.
all new, before that, let me just welcome a re-entering and re-coming back of our tactical genius master, Abang Krish.
Hi
We only
guys.
can see half of you. Hello, brother. How are you doing? How are you,
Hi,
Krish?
hi, good. I'm great.
Okay, all pumped up, bro, for the show.
Can see from his smile.
Okay.
Why did he laugh?
I think we lost Krish. I mean, no worries, no worries. We will bring in our new guest for the day, a very objective fan, know him for a long time, a great person, very inside about United, very passionate. But before I say more, that he's our Veron of our club in Malaysia. So, Abang Bas, how
Hi,
are you?
hi, hi.
How are
I'm good.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, and thanks for inviting me here today.
Thank-
Something that I followed before, and it's glad to be on the show for the first time. Thank you.
Thanks, bro. I mean, was trying to get you to the show, but I think due to schedule issues and all that, finally I got you to the show, and it's a good time to get you after a good weekend. So like to hear your
Definitely, definitely.
insights.
Sure.
And
Thanks.
also now we have another person, another newcomer, a very insightful United fan. Known him for some time. Hello, Ivan. How are you doing, bro?
Hi guys, thanks for having me in. I've been following this channel for some time, so I'm really honored to get this opportunity to talk today. And I'm so gassed after our Manchester derby win. So yeah, looking forward.
Yeah. I think we
Right.
can see in everyone's face today. Like everyone looks like so happy, pumped up,
Yeah.
I think still buzzing from the
excited. Yeah.
weekend. Yes, definitely.
Alright, so okay, guys. So without further ado, I think I'll leave it to Serena. Serena, you want to take up the review show?
Okay, sure. So, guys, okay. So we're gonna do a review. So today we'll be having three matches to review on. But first of all, I would like to say sorry first because we didn't have our Devil's Den football talk show last week because we were doing a special show in focus with Mr. J, the TikTok sensation celebrity, right? So
Yeah.
that's why for this particular show today we're gonna have three reviews, but we try to cut down short for those two matches that we played earlier. So okay, we go on with the first match, Chelsea versus United, and also Crystal Palace versus United. So these two games again we dropped points. Okay, both ended with a draw, 0-0.
Yep.
What is your review on this match? What do you think about this match? Why are we not getting a points from this match? Can I ask this question to Was first?
Uh, thank you, Serena. Okay, I think we tend to uh, play cautiously against the big teams or the top six, as we usually do. And in fact, I was expecting an away win, to be honest, since we've been playing away very well as well. We've had a very good form away. But it was the total opposite. It was a very drabby, boring kind of draw. Although we had shots on target, but very few on both sides. We were extremely cautious, which was kind of strange. Was it the fact that Tuchel was the new manager? We didn't know what to expect. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. But I thought we should have given them a game, considering that they didn't have any threat against us as well. So it was a bit disappointing for me. Yeah.
Yes, correct. I mean, I would second that because there we had some chances as well, but just I feel the clinical finishing is still a question mark there as well. I would like to ask this question, especially for the games against Chelsea, right? I think one of the most talking point after the match was the penalty controversy, whether it should be a penalty or not. So I'm going to ask you this question, whether that was a penalty or not first, because you see, even after the match, right, if you see this has been out in media and all day, Luke Shaw has been saying that Maguire, but the referee was telling Maguire that actually he don't want to, talk about the penalty because there's a possible or controversial kind of decision going to be made. So in your point of view, do you think it should be a penalty or not?
Okay, actually for this, ever since Klopp came out publicly and said that, referees are favoring us, I think we are not getting some decision our way. But to be honest, I feel that one, yes, according to the current law, yes, it's supposed to be a handball, but I honestly feel it will be soft. I think I don't think Hudson-Odoi intentionally, touch the ball with his hand. I don't think it was a penalty, honestly. Yeah, it'd be soft if it was given. Yeah.
So for you, it was not a penalty, right?
No.
That's what you were saying, right? No, it was not a penalty. Krish, how about you, Krish? Would you second what Ivan said? Would you second what Ivan said? Ivan was saying that it was not a penalty. It shouldn't be a penalty. So would you second what he said?
Okay, at the moment, right, to be honest, right, this decisions this season has been really something that
Crazy.
we have to be very I'm confused as well with certain calls by the referees lately, and from the
Thanks
beginning
to
of the
Klopp.
season.
Thanks to Klopp for instigating it first.
Yes, yes, that's right. And referees have been, most probably they have been affected by certain of our opposing managers saying that they are biased towards us in making decisions for Man United, and the referees are favoring us, giving us lots and lots of penalties. So this kind of comments by the opposing managers, I believe, has affected the referees. So this is why lately the set pieces and penalties that we are supposed to be earning, we are not getting, because referees think that if they give us
Right.
a penalty, they are siding us. If they give us a penalty, they are weak. They are not a good referee. So because this is a kind of a psychological effect that has been given by Klopp, and other managers as well. They tend to say that the referees are actually biased towards us. So that is a penalty, Serena. Coming back to the question, that is surely a penalty, because if you look at it, the angle um, of that particular ball bouncing on Hudson-Odoi's hand, right? You can see that he is actually protecting. He's actually trying to block the ball from going towards Greenwood. Because the ball was moving towards Greenwood. So he's trying to actually make kind of a slight impact on the ball so that it does not really fall into Greenwood's path in a perfect manner where he can control and he can easily move with the ball. So for me, right, if you put that outside of the penalty box, the referee is going to blow that for a fall, right? If it
For a
was in
fall,
the
yeah,
middle
yeah.
of the pitch, or if it was anywhere outside the penalty box, that is surely going to be a handball, right? Referee is going to blow, right, for a fall, right? So why not a penalty? So this is where I feel referees standard in the Premier League this season has been really affected by VAR. I think they are more like waiting for VAR helps, assistance. They cannot make decisions by themselves already, They are afraid to make decisions by themselves. So they're just waiting for VAR to help them. That's all, Serena.
But okay, yeah, thanks for the reviews as well, Krish. But then talking about seeking VAR assistance, but we also have certain cases where even VAR has been given
it
a
wrong.
false alarm as well, false calls and all that. So actually, at the end of the day, I think even with the assistance of VAR as well, I think it's still the system. I still
Yes.
don't get it. I
Yes,
think,
correct.
but I do agree what you say. Like there's a lot of pressures coming into the referees, because like whatever decision they made, they know is gonna get a backlash or anything's gonna come
Yes.
later on. So what Luke Shaw was trying to say, that what McGuire heard from what referee was saying, he's scared it's gonna be a controversial. But
And
yeah, I
Serena,
mean, yeah, sorry.
just to share with you, yeah, VAR is not only applied in football at the moment; it's also applied in other sports as well. Yeah, rugby.
Mm,
In fact, rugby also has VAR as well. And
correct.
there's not much controversy in rugby with referees using
Mm,
VAR. It's going on smooth over there, and there's no such controversies like what's happening now in the Premier League. You know, so I just feel like there's something wrong here between the referees and also the VAR team. They are not in the right line, right understanding during the matches. They all tend to have different types of understanding and different types of understanding about the game. I most probably feel that maybe the professional players from previous season should actually help the referees and the VR team maybe sit down, discuss, and compare the decisions made previous seasons. The old time 90s, 80s
mm,
football
mm,
when
Mm.
Yeah.
people can go for a sliding tackle and then they will have an experience what a fall and what is not a fall. So the professional, ex-professionals, the legends of the Premier League previous season should sit down with the referee team and all have a discussion about this and try to come to a better and rules for the referees and all that. I feel that's my opinion, Serena. Yeah.
yeah. Thanks, Krish. I mean, it's interesting to have that as well. Yeah, I mean, we hope for the best, lah, because I think it has always been a talking point, not only for Manchester United. I'm not only talking for us alone, for all other teams as well. I know in football, right? So I think a lot of controversials is going on. Moving on Crystal Palace.
Oh wait,
Again,
before that,
we got.
let's
Sorry.
just go through the comment section. I think we have some amount of comments here. And
Okay.
so as you can see down here, Dave B, thanks Dave B for watching the show, bro. Apparently, Ole are branded too early by the fans. Can someone tell me the trust that you lot have on Ole at the moment and before? Fans divided into two, perhaps. Well, this whole Ole thing is like it's like a TikTok. One part we're all Ole in, one part we're all Ole out. So we really don't know what's the heading, right? But now for now, I think can we just agree that we are all Ole in, or is anybody here who might be a Ole out?
I'm
Amongst
I'm
us.
Ole in, bro. I'm Ole in
I
all the
mean,
time.
I'm only
Yeah.
in also.
Mas?
Very honestly, at the beginning, I was a bit skeptical. I was thinking, what's happening? Uh, but he has not. I mean, gotten us to a decent position. Second, you can't ask for more at this moment in time. But yeah, definitely have more belief in him to continue the United struggle and to see whether we can win a title or cup at this year. Definitely.
All right. Thanks, Mas. We have a comment also from Mr. Zlatan Adrianomovic. Thanks, Zlatan, for watching the show. So he just said that I'm sorry, but the referee being biased can't be acceptable. I believe the umpires are well trained and fair. Yes, some decision was unfavorable, but the arrival of VAR has made downfall overall lah. That's what he's saying. But the thing is, VR is a very subjective matter where because we also have referees who can view the screen and yet they make the wrong calls,
Correct.
like the Everton,
Correct.
Liverpool,
Correct.
especially the
Yeah,
penalty.
yeah.
It was very clear cut. I mean, as United fan also, we also know the fact it's not a penalty. When the referee actually can go and monitor and see that. So I don't think so. VR is the problem. I think the referees who are using the VR might be the problem.
Yes. Yes,
That's
Dinesh.
not well.
Coming back to your point, Dinesh, you're absolutely right because referees, right? They have the screen over there, the monitor there, to actually have a look if the VR has made a right decision or not. So if they ever feel doubt about the decision made by the VAR or even decision made by themselves, they can even go to the monitor and have a look again and then make a decision, right? So
Correct.
why
But
aren't they
even
using
with
the
that, Krish, even with that, we have seen few matches also where the referee actually went to the screen, but yet it is not given.
Yes, because
So yeah.
because that is why I say, Serena, the factor here is basically some of the referees, they are not really experienced in how to actually handle situations with this VAR, because we have to understand that this is a very new technology. VR is a very new technology. Referees have been trained all this while to basically make decisions by themselves on the pitch. They don't have to hear to nobody. They don't have to hear to the players. If they think that it's a yellow card, it is a yellow card. It's a red card, it is a red card. It's a penalty, it's a penalty. No one can actually influence that decision. So right now, when they make a call, they are in a they are in a mindset whether I made the right decision or not. If the VAR comes and tell me you made the wrong decision, I'm putting myself in trouble because I've just given a guy a red card, and the VAR guy told me that that guy is not supposed to get a red card. So if I reverse my decision, how it will affect me as a referee
His
on the
reputation,
pitch?
right? His reputation
His
as a referee.
reputation.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, you just watched the match this week, right? Did you watch this match, the match this week? I don't remember exactly which match it was, but the referee actually gave a red card to the player. I can't recall the exact match. He gave
There
a
was a
red card
Premier
to
League
the
match,
player,
right?
Yeah, Stoke. No.
So,
Burnley
Uh,
Arsenal, is it?
Burnley,
Burnley
yes,
Arsenal.
Burnley and Arsenal. Eric Peters.
It is.
Eric Peters blocked the ball in the penalty in the goal post. He blocked the ball, but the ball hit on his shoulder,
Yeah.
and the referee said it hit on his hand. You know, but then he at the split second we cannot blame the referee because the ball was so fast that at that point of time, if you look at a very rough angle, it seems like the ball was hitting his hand. All right, but then after the VR review it, they slow motion they saw that the ball hit the shoulder, not the hand, the shoulder. Okay, but the referee already gave him a red card for actually stopping the ball from going into the net. He gave him a red card, but after the VR overturned the decision, he also resigned his red card. So this is why referees are afraid to make the calls right now. They are very, very afraid. This is affecting them. And this referee, right, is not a new referee, no. He's a very experienced referee, bro.
Yes,
Guys, if you look at him, he's a very, very experienced referee. He has managed a lot of big matches as well. So even he's making a mistake due to this current VAR system. You know?
Correct. So that's why I take Rich, because the reason why VR has been implemented is to help in certain cases like this when you have a wrong decision made by the
Correct.
ref itself, right? So you need the
Yes.
video assistant referees to to
Yes.
judge and make it clear,
Correct.
But yeah, but at
Correct.
the end of the day, but also certain cases where VR itself giving a wrong calls as well. But I think we can still go on arguing about VR another season as well. I think it's now down to like how you say, Rugby has already get it, like they were
Yes.
doing it well and all that. Right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah. So I think maybe in like probably in season coming, we probably will get more like these things would be fixed, and then can get a better decision made
Yes.
and all this.
Yes, it's all experience, Rina. The referee needs experience, and team of VR also, they are also referees. The head of the VR team is also a referee. If you look at it, so they all need experience, and I believe with time goes, maybe the next season we will see better decisions, better improved decisions made by referees and the VR team. So we have to give them a benefit of doubt, and we also have to back them up, because I know it impacts the entire team's performance. Sometimes we also are behind bad calls as well. All the teams, Liverpool, City,
Yeah.
United, we all have
Correct.
been behind bad calls and good calls. We also have fair share of penalties given to us and fair share of penalty given against us. All right, so we cannot complain. All right, we just have to go on with the game, because VR is going to be there forever. So there's no way they're going to remove that. So if it's going to affect football, then might as well we don't watch football, right? We just watch rugby.
No, that is why Krish, I always say, right, rather than depending on one penalty or two penalties or what,
Yes.
just go on and score the goal,
Go
then
on,
win the
score
game.
goals.
Then
Yes,
even
go on.
after the match you don't
Yeah.
complain and
Right.
whining about why we
Correct.
never
Say we
get
could have-
penalties and all this,
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah,
We don't
so, yeah,
need
that's
penalties. We don't need penalties to win the league, or we don't need penalties to be second in the league. United have been given penalties because they have players who are very, very fast and skillful in the penalty box. Simple as that. All right. You look at Martial getting a penalty against City. Why did he get a penalty? Because he was fast on the box. He has a nimble feet. When you have a nimble feet, guys, when you have nimble feet on a box, people will easily fall you. They will fall you because you are fast on the ball. So this is why we have been given a lot of penalties, Serena. It's not because referees are biased towards us or what. We get the faults. We get the faults at the right time in the box. You know,
Yeah.
it
Correct,
plays like
correct.
Martial, Rashford, and others. Yeah,
But Chris, you were saying just now about Martial, right? Okay, you
yeah.
know what? Let's do a review now, Man City match. What's your
Okay.
guys? What's your take, guys? I mean,
Hey,
that's
okay,
key.
wait. Wait,
Yes, yes.
wait, Dinesh, wait. Okay, just a quick one before we move on to Manchester Derby, right? Was can I have a very
Yes.
short reviews on Crystal Palace or not? Just a short one. I'm gonna ask you alone only. Like we
As
drop
soon as
points
you
again.
If Chelsea,
So just tell me again because this match I predicted that we're gonna win this match. You know, at least I know Chelsea is gonna be a bit tough. But yeah, this again, yeah.
I did too. I did too. I mean, defensively, I think Henderson had a good save for us in that game, and but going forward was very disappointing. Chances were not taken. Chances were not created enough as well. I thought, and yeah, I think the fresh thing was Henderson's save. But it was very disappointing. Very disappointing. I thought we could have at least got 3 points from there. These are games that we've been dropping. So yeah, pretty much disappointed in that one. Yep.
Well said, well said. For me, that particular game is actually for me more like an individual game. They don't have a teamwork in that particular games, you know.
Yep, that
But
was
okay,
missing
guys,
there.
let's put aside all this sad, boring, controversials, and also all dropping points and all that. And we had our game of the week, you know, weekend matches and
The
against
season.
Manchester Derby. But before I go on with you guys, Cricket and Penas, as well, all the views out there, I would like to show you something on the screen. So I would like Dinesh to help me on this. Dinesh, can you please take it up on this?
Okay, guys, this is going to be very emotional. Have fun with this.
Right.
பஸ்டர் சாங்குமா டக்குல 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 திருப்பி போட்டு வாங்குமா டக்குல 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 எரியாதா தாங்குமா ஜாலியில ஜிம்கானாதம்மா குலேவா
So it's very emotional trip.
Yeah, so
I had a-
anyway, that's
Now,
the day.
we are all pumped up to start about Man City match. So, guys,
Yeah,
now
yeah.
the floor is yours, man.
Go on.
Okay, who wants to start first?
I think
Yeah,
Ivan.
who wants to
Come on,
start
Ivan.
first?
Yeah, I'll start first. Okay.
Okay, yes, I mean, yeah.
Actually, when the lineup came out right before the game, I think most of the United fan base we were like surprised to see Martial's name there. I
Yep.
think we were like, oh my god, what Ole is doing, starting this guy again. But
Wonder
he
where
played
was
his
coming.
he played his part, and I feel the good thing we did was not letting City settle down. Okay, we played straight into their half, put pressure on them. I think, and as the match went on, I feel Martial gained more and more confidence. And I think in the second half, we saw one of Martial's best ever performance for us. He held up the ball very well. He managed to bring others into the game, and because of him, we were able to play the game, most of the game in City's half.
Pressing
Yeah,
them,
so
yes.
yeah, just that the only downside was he missed the very good chance, which would have put an icing
Yeah,
on the cake.
correct.
Yeah, on his performance. I think Martial played really well. In terms for others, I think Shaw. Oh my God, what another amazing
Amazing, yeah.
performance by Luke Shaw, and I think this was the moment that he really need to really cement his performance this season. He really needed this
Correct.
one big moment because Shaw has been really really amazing for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, sorry guys for that. Okay, so Yeah, that's agree. I mean, yeah, when we saw the lineup, actually, yeah, I think among all of us, the one who's more surprised is Dinesh actually, because he is like really hated Martial too much. And then when he came in actually, and yeah, I would agree what Ivan said also actually. Yes, he actually proven us wrong. Actually, he had a decent game on this match. He won us the penalty as well. Not to forget on that. And yeah, I would agree on what Luke Shaw did. I mean, Luke Shaw was phenomenal on that game, and thank God I also was happy for him to score that goal.
Yeah.
So Krish, I'm gonna go on with you. Okay. We ended City I think unbeaten for 21 match run, right? I
21
think
men.
21, yeah.
Yes.
So okay, so what do you think? What actually difference from this match and the other matches that what if because for me, I personally think that if we can do this against City, a top team, the top of the table, if we can play like this, we can play well like this as a team. Why are we not doing this for other teams? For other matches that we had before? What are the differences for this game?
Okay. This game, Serena, if you look at it, right, our Solskjaer's tactics, right, is really working against City. All right. City's gameplay. Simple as that. City's gameplay, right? They like possession-based football. All right.
Mm-hmm.
They like to move the ball around, tiki-taka. We can call them as more as vertical tiki-taka. All right. Vertical tiki-taka means they like to move the ball around, and it's more like a free position. They don't just stick at one position. The left backs moves into the middle, and then
Yeah.
their wingers move into the striking position. So the why we are gaining advantage whenever we play with City compared to the other teams is because the game style of City is totally different from the likes of Crystal Palace, Sheffield United, Chelsea. You know, so this is why we have been performing well because our game plan works absolutely well with City all the time. Whenever we play against City, we play counter-attacking football. We have pacey players. So we sit back, contain the pressure, and then the moment when we get the whole possession of the ball, we just have to move the ball around fast, quick passing, direct playing, quick passing. So this is why we gain advantage over City. I think this is our Ole's fourth match with City, and he has already won 3 times with City and lost once with City in the League Cup.
Correct. Only lost
All
one.
right,
In
so
the League
three
Cup.
matches he has won with Guardiola. That is something which is not a small achievement for
Correct.
for someone who is like Ole, which has got very minimal experience, managing a top club. So for me, it clearly shows that Ole's tactics works against cities. So that is why we are basically doing well against City because our gameplay is able to expose the weaknesses of cities. You know, because they like to hold possession and they like to move the ball around, and most of the time, right, you look at them, right, they don't like to shoot from distance. They like to move the ball into the penalty box. you know
Mm.
they like to really expose the back line. So our defensive back line, right, Wan Bisaka and Luke Shaw, they are solid on the wing. So when the defense is solid on the wing, all right, Sterling and Mahrez is already shut down. Their game plan is gone because their
Correct.
game plan is starting from the wing. They depend a lot on Sterling and Mahrez, and then De Bruyne. If you close these three people, De Bruyne, Mahrez, and Sterling, finish. City is gone. you know. And you look at De Bruyne, right? Whenever he plays with United, right, he gets frustrated. You know,
Mm.
he gets
Right.
very frustrated. He makes a lot of loose ball. He makes a lot of simple mistakes, like making passes that he's able to make it one eye close. With United, he's not able to do that. You know why? Because Fred does a fantastic job on De Bruyne, Fred and
Correct.
McTominay. You
Correct.
know,
I would agree on
so
that. Yes.
yeah, so this is why we are able to gain an upper hand over City because Ole's tactical game and his players, the players that he's basically selecting for the first team against City, is just absolute masterclass, because he chooses the right players who has the right attributes in terms of willing to close the ball and work hard for the team. So this is why we're getting advantage over City, Serena.
Okay, but
That's
Krish,
all.
you were saying, right? Okay, Ole got it right on choosing the players, right? Because if you see the players, there's not much of changes on the players. It's about the same players that we have week in, week out as
Yeah.
well, you know. There's
Yeah.
some changes, like, okay, the keepers and all this, like, now we have Henderson and all that. So can we expect the same kind of, like, the same way of playing for all other teams that are upcoming teams that are going to play? Are we going to
Okay.
have the same? Because we always, I personally think, right, whenever we feel like we are underdogs, like when this match is going on, we were the underdogs, people always favoring City to win this match.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
believe every time when we were the underdogs, we played better, we performed better, and we surprised
Yes.
everyone. This is also
Yes.
proven for even Europe teams as well. So
Yeah.
can we have, like, can Ole be consistent on his games and his tactics and all this, for all other games? So, like, for us as a fan, so we will know, okay, we have all these players, because to me, honestly, all the players that I cannot name any one player which is not which is being bad, or, like, put like the lowest one. Everyone played their part. It's
Yes.
total
Yes.
gameplay for that, total teamwork
Yes.
there.
Correct.
So for me, if everybody can do the same way, the same game for all other games, so why are we not seeing it all other games? Why only
Okay,
for
Serena.
this kind of personality?
For this one, right, Serena, I just want to share with you, right? You see, you look at the games that we are playing, right? Lately, right? We are playing with a mixture of different types of teams with different style of gameplay, Serena. Okay, so the opposing team, right? They all know how United play. Okay, the most of the games that we draw, we tend to draw games with teams who are very organized. Who are very organized from the back to the front. Okay, the striker is a pressing forward. He will press the centre backs, our centre backs. All right. When the striker is a pressing forward, pressing our centre backs cannot hold the ball. They are locked. Maguire, Lindelof, and Bailey. I tell you, if you compare them with Stones, Diaz, and PK, technically they are not as accomplished as the City centre backs, yeah, to actually move the ball around. All right. So when you have pressing forwards, like Crystal Palace has, Sheffield United has, Chelsea has, United cannot play from the back, because United's game style are from the back. If you look at it, right, they like to move the ball from the back, starting from the keeper to the defense and defense to midfield. So this is how United like to play, because they don't have a towering forward up there to play a direct pass. So this is why we struggle against certain teams, because they press up front itself. When they press up front, all right, then we are like a lock. We are just playing sideways passes, backwards passes, and we are not moving up front.
Yes.
So
We're not
this is
putting
why
chance.
I feel City game we are gaining an advantage, because City's forwards, they are not as mobile or hardworking as the Crystal Palace forwards. They don't really press the ball so hard. You look at Gabriel Jesus. You look at him, right? He is not pressing the ball, Serena. He didn't give a lot of pressure on the defense.
Correct.
You know, and if you compare him with Benteke, or you compare him with Giroud or Abraham, Giroud will give you a tough time. He will, even though he's not fast, he's a physical player. He will just pressure the Lindelof and the Maguire in and out. So this is where United come unstuck when they face this type of a game where the opposing team pressures them from the bottom.
Yeah, when there's a pressure, when there's a pressure.
Yeah, they pressure them from the bottom. We are locked. We cannot move the ball already. So this is why we struggle against certain teams, Serena.
Okay, thanks, Krish. So, before I end this reviews on City, right, I just want to ask you one question. We heard about Luke Shaw, we heard about Martial, we heard about other players who's been, phenomenal in the game and all that. I would like to ask you personal opinions on Daniel James. What do you think about Daniel James in this game particularly?
Oh, okay. Well, he's clearly coming in the side on the back of some good form. Obviously, he's been knocking some goals in as well. And it was a right selection. I wanted him to start, and he was picked to start, so it was very good to have him on the right. And obviously, we had a good balance, and I think Krish has mentioned as well just now. We needed fast players. We needed players who were going to move the ball fast, and we killed basically City's passing. James naturally created havoc. He's like refreshed. He seems to be refreshed as well in the games recently as well. And it used to be frustrating watching him, but now suddenly he's getting past his markers. He's getting crosses in. He's literally terrorizing the wing as well, like what when he started with as well. So it's a good addition to have him in the side. He played well. Yeah. If I may add, I think Anderson looked up for it as well, although he was not tested so much. But he looked up for it. That pass, that throw, that long throw that released
Yeah,
Shaw
correct.
on the left. We basically, as Rich said as well, I think instead of like passing from down up, we actually shot the ball into midfield, near midfield. Shaw
Yeah,
took the ball right in and basically didn't allow them to
that
get on
quick
the ball.
decision making was there. Yeah, correct.
Exactly. It reminds me of that Schmeichel move, like when Schmeichel used to play as well.
Yes.
He used to catapult the ball straight down into midfield, and someone pick it up and run straight at defense. That's how we used to do it. Yeah, but worked well. We talk about other teams. We talk about the poorer teams that we get a draw against or a poor result. I don't know if United lacks like a psychologist in someone who psychs them up in the team that says like does enough about the team to say they can beat them. I don't know we do enough of that or not. So, but having said that, uh, excellent game, excellent tactic against City. I was a bit doubtful about the selection, but it came out right. Even Martial, even Rashford, who was not connecting up front, but he made that one massive run down and stole the ball back. Who was it from? Was it from Gabriel Jesus? I can't remember.
Mahrez.
But was it okay? Yes, and that was a massive run to come and defend as well.
Gabriel
So
Jesus. Gabriel.
yeah. So it was good. It was good. It was good play.
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
to add,
thank you.
one thing.
Yes,
I remember in the game in the second half. Remember, this is at City's home, okay, and they were losing 2-0. But the first substitution that Pep made was actually taking out the right back Cancelo, replacing with Walker. They had Foden on the bench, they had Bernardo Silva on the bench, Aguero on the bench, but he had to make the substitution because we were so dominant, especially Shaw on City's right-hand flank, which Pep Guardiola couldn't cope, and he had to do something about it. So that showed how much Ole's tactical really worked in this game.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Before that, let's run
So
through
yeah, guys, before I wrap this up, before I wrap this up, so I just want to say thanks all for all the reviews. And yes, I would agree on Daniel James, because for me, I feel he has been running all over the field, just making the City's players tiring, to catch him up and all that. So we need a player like him, and I'm happy that he's given a game time. And he's proving, and he's showing that he's improvising and stuff. With that, I'll pass over to Dinesh. He will take on with the comments and the next topic.
All right. Okay, thanks, Rena. So let's run the comment sections down. We have KK9 here. Thanks, bro. GGMU to you. And we have another comment from Mr. Dave B. He said the entire panel of speakers kitted, brilliant, just noticed it. Thanks, guys. I mean, we are brilliant. Thanks, Dave, for the comment. And we have a comment here, interesting comment from Saravanan. Hi, Saravanan. Thanks for watching. I just love how the critics being shared professionally. As a United fan for almost 16 years now, I believe critics are very important to be scared. People to stop overturning the meaning of it to negativity. Of course, critics are always welcome. If you love the club, you always got to be critical. We can't be always objective. You got to be a bit passive at times. Just like how I am in Martial, but let's not go there yet. We'll come there. Ravinesh says GGMU, so thanks Ravinesh for watching. We have a comment here. I think you guys are quite familiar with this particular character, Jeevan.
Oh, Jeevan. Nice to see Jeevan.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, United struggles with lower teams who defend narrowly. Team like City are pure attackers and they don't defend deep. That's why we can exploit and score. Of course, I mean it's always a two-way game. Some teams actually park their bus before we even do that. So I think that's the roadblock we have right now. So again, moving on to the next games, hopefully this City match actually inspires us to actually unlock more defenses.
Yeah.
Right. And one last comment before we move on. Sam Lock. Good evening, everyone. GGMU. Good evening, Sam. Thanks for watching the show. So anyway, guys, so that was a review for Man City match.
Bandin, I think even the comment section also are pumping up, all because of the win we had.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
the thing is, a good day is a good day for all, but a bad day means then everybody be somber mood lah. So now the interesting topic we have, the resurgence of Dean Henderson and AM9, or so what do you guys think? Is it an or is it really
I hope.
a resurgence from what? Maybe Vas, what do you think?
Bro, you mean our keeper Henderson?
Yes, Dean Henderson.
Yeah. I hope. We were talking about. I hope he starts. I hope he keeps starting. And playing. Why not? I think Solskjaer should be brave to do that. I hope James continues to keep his place in the side. He's a breath of fresh air on the right side. And considering that Greenwood can still play on the left as well, and up front. So I think we have options up there. So I think he should be brave and play the side. I don't know still about Lindelof and stuff like that, but let's see. But I think Henderson is doing well, and you can see he's pumped up, and you can see his style of play. He's he's being proactive as well, which is very good. I like that different stance and behavior of the keeper from our side, which I've not seen for a while. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Vas. Because now you notice David De Gea is away. I'm not sure for how long. Maybe a week or two. I mean, it's a good news about
Paternity. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, paternity leave. Yeah, paternity leave. So for me, I feel this is the best time for Dean Henderson to actually get his performance together. It speaks volume for Dean, because that guy is a great keeper. I mean, we have seen it. But again, maybe Ivan, let me come back to you. So that's Dean Henderson. So how about a certain AM9? What do you think? Does one game justify that he's a good player, or do you think we need continuity? I mean, I'm not talking as the fan, the club president of the anti-Martial club. I'm being an objective person here. What do you think? Do you think that one game can actually spur him to turn the season around and get a better end to the season, or what do you see in this?
Okay, for this Martial case, right, he's quite like a hot and cold player. Sometimes there are some games where his body language is like not really in it, and we have seen this performance actually before. But then it continues with another 3 or 4 to 5 mediocre performance by him. His problem is inconsistency, I feel, and maybe he needs more. He's kind of player like the arm over the shoulder kind of player, where he consistently needs the support from his manager. There's no doubt on his quality, his skill. I mean, his speed. There's no doubt in that. He possesses all the attributes to be a successful striker for us. It's just his mentality and his attitude. I hope this result. I mean, this performance can help spur him for the next game. But I'm not putting much hope on that. I still feel we need another striker in the summer. Yeah.
I mean, thanks, Ivan. But Krish, let's be honest. If Martial is going to be a better player right now for the next maybe 10 games in a row, do you think we got to ship him out, or do you think we should just give him another season to prove himself again after 5 seasons or 6 seasons?
Okay.
What do you think? I mean, I'm just being trying to be objective, trying to be positive here, trying to be positive.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Let me be honest with you, Dinesh. Martial has been in the club for 6 years now, 6 seasons. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And it's time for him to go, lah. It's time for him to go. Okay, because I really don't like his sulking kind of face whenever he comes to the pitch, and the way even he scores a goal or even he doesn't score a goal, he still looks like he does not have any passion for football. He still looks like he has no love for the club. You see, we United, right? United strikers from those days, they are all hard-working players. They run their socks off.
Yep.
They have high expectation of themselves. Ruud van Nistelrooy when he does not score one match, he gets pissed off. Do you know that, no, Dinesh?
Yep.
He gets pissed
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
He will show it on the training ground.
Correct.
If Thierry Henry scores 2 goals on the same day and he does not score, he gets pissed off.
Yeah.
You know. But now you look at Martial. He looks like he does not care if he scores a goal or he makes an assist.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. So for me, it's done. Martial is done. He's a finished dictionary in United. It's time for him to move on.
I think he's limited. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
So I wanted to ask you,
yeah,
Dinesh,
he's
are you
not going to
trying
give
to
us.
get him
He's not
retire
going
in
to give us
United or what?
already. Sorry.
No, I wanted to ask Dinesh just now, are you trying to get him retire in United or what? To give him another
No,
six
no, no,
seasons?
no way. I would never want him to retire in United because he is a negative influence in the team. All right, he is seriously a negative influence because his lack of motivation, his lack of determination, all right, puts the other teammates on trouble. You know, they have to work harder for him.
Yeah.
You understand or not? So when you do like this, right, what the other teammates will feel? They'll feel like if every day they have to work extra for this guy, then
Correct.
what's the point? Lah? They also being paid the same amount of salary or maybe lower than him, right?
Yep, correct.
So that's why I'm saying Martial should not be in a club because he's a negative influence. Enough. I've seen him scoring enough goals, but he's not consistent like what my colleague just said to me. He's not consistent. He performs in one match. After that, he gets lost.
Yeah.
He's like lost.
I think someone else. Yeah.
No
But-
movement of
But
the ball,
Krish,
Serena.
don't you think this is also lies on the decision of the manager, because Ole is the one who choose the players all the time, and he's been giving him chances.
Ole has given him so much of time and so much of faith, Serena. If
Yeah,
this
enough
guy
chances.
was if this Martial was in Roy Keane's team and Sir Alex's team, Roy Keane would have bashed him up in the training.
Yeah,
You know. And
I think
Sir
even
Alex,
Zlatan would have done that also.
yes, Sir Alex would have given the boots on his somewhere else, not on his face, but somewhere else. You know. So this is why
Wait.
I say he's not the real United player, Serena. He does not have that passion, determination, that never say die attitude. The moment he has a bad day, he's finished. He's gone. People can just push him around. He gets lost from the match. You know. You look at the chances he had with City, with that one chance he had with City. Okay, you look at the chance, Dinesh. We all play futsal. We all play football, Okay, when we have that chance there, right? The left side of the goalie was so empty. Even
Yeah.
from the TV you can see the
He went
left
for the
side
wrong
was so
side.
empty. Yeah, the left sides was so widely open, big gap, and he shoot on the right side, and no one was helping him. You know, so where what is this? You're a number 9, man. You're not a 11 or you're not a number 10. You're a number 9. You should be a natural finisher. You yourself said that you want to play a striker. When people start you on the left, you said you don't want to play on the left. You said you want to be the main striker, right? That's why you got a number 9. But where is your finishing?
Okay, wait, before that, guys, all viewers, let me just give you a small statement here. I've not hired Krish yet in my club membership yet. But upon I'll have a new record where I will definitely make Krish my incoming president for the club, okay, the anti-martial club. Okay, guys, I have nothing to do with this. Krish has spoken his mind. Thanks, Krish. But before that, guys, let's go down through the comment section. We have another few comments here from Dave. Thanks, Dave, again. Martial, going to be Martial always. Oops, I don't want to watch Bang Dane renter for another 6 hours. Okay, I'm not going to do any rendering here. We have a comment from Pua. Pua, thanks a lot for watching. All of you know Martial not good enough. Consistently inconsistent. Move on to the next topic. Okay,
Yeah.
Pua, I mean, this is just the Origi version of in Liverpool, we have Martial in United, right? So anyway, we have another comment here from Sam Lock. Martial is going to be Martial again. He really doesn't care about Man United. It's better him to be moving to another club. He's demotivating others, jog around the field, not making any run for the ball. Thanks. I mean, that's an interesting one by Sam. And it just goes on to continue this, that Ole has given him so many chances, yet Ole is still favoring him into every match.
Yep.
But again,
That's what I meant.
Yeah, it comes back to the same thing. Okay, Ivan, maybe I'll ask you this. If Martial is not being chosen, Cavani is quite injured in and out, not being fully match fit. Now, who do we have, or how do we approach the game with the strikers we have? That is Rashford and Greenwood, the renowned strikers we have. Are we going to just start with a 4-4-2, or how do we go about it? Ivan, what do you think? If Martial is just not in the equation anymore, Cavani is India. So what do we have? What do you see yourself choosing the lineup?
Okay, for 4-4-2, I think it doesn't suit us for now because the only proper out and out winger we have is Dan James, and he keeps a very good balance for our team. So since Dan James is playing quite well now, he's in form at the right wing. I think we can try Greenwood on top, but we need to give Greenwood a run of games, like not just 1-2 games and bring him out. I think he's having some confidence issue as well, Greenwood, of what happened at the start of the season. So I think we can try with Greenwood because I feel Greenwood is much more natural finisher than Martial. He has much more potential to be. Yeah. He has much more potential. So just that maybe Greenwood needs to improve on his hold up play. I think that's the only thing. Martial is better than him currently, but I think we should try with Greenwood. Yeah.
Okay. Right, but okay, Vas, let me give you a scenario here. I want to see your take on this. Now, Martial is currently our player. We are paying him at very high wages. I think about 250K per week. I mean, that's high for
that's quite high.
Yeah. So my suggestion, I would say, would be to have Martial not sold but loaned out next season. Do you think it's a wise move, or do you think we just should sell him and just end the whole?
No, I think it's also his whether he wants to agree to be loaned out. Number one, number two, the loanee will have to pay a certain amount of his wages as well if they can afford it, and that is going to be a stumbling block itself. Unless it's a huge club which wants to trial him out for a period of say maybe 6 months and then decide whether they want to buy him. Maybe he will work out in that team and then they pay their wages. So usually it's half and half, or you know. I think he should be offloaded, but again, it's only all depending on what Solskjaer wants to do. If Solskjaer keeps playing him, it's not going to help the cause. Talking about the formation we talked about with the current squad and with Cavani in and out injured, yes, try a Greenwood, maybe play a 1-1 with Rashford in front, where you bring in the midfielders up front as well and play them along. Pack the midfield with your wing backs. I don't know, it might work, but they have to do something with Martial. I think why don't he be on the subs and give the others a chance, the hungrier players a chance to prove themselves. We have got 10 games, nothing to lose. We've got to chase every game. If we win that, we never know. We have to do it. Let's try it.
Right. I mean, okay,
yes. Well, sorry, Dinesh, I wanted to interrupt on was. Yes, I would agree on the sub line, but do you realize that even though when he's sub, right, and then the games was going on, like whether we are just goalers, there's not much of creativity on the field, and then Ole will bring him in as a substitute, expecting him to be a game changer.
No, he's not a game changer.
Which it doesn't happen, So even if he's in the sub, I feel it's just like, if he's not going to play him, it's different game, But I think at the end of the day, Ole's still going to play him again, So I think even to put him in the sub line, I'm not really into it. But then, that would be a bit too harsh not to put him in the sub line as well, right? But yeah.
It's ironic coming from Solskjaer, who's trying to do that when he does that, because he himself was a game changer under Ferguson. And Ferguson brought him on to do exactly that. But strangely enough, he doesn't seem to see that point in Martial. I think we all have a common ground here that something has to be done about Martial, and to see how we can turn around this next 10 games plus Europa and the FA Cup as well. So a lot to play for.
Yep. And another one thing I want to share, guys. Ole might lose his job if he keeps on trusting Martial. All right, I tell you this because Ole is a good manager. He's gaining his reputation and he's slowly gaining trust of the fans. But fans are also getting frustrated with the continued inclusion of Martial in the first 11. And remember, fans also plays an important role in all the football clubs. So if Ole keeps on putting in Martial in every match when he's not performing, one day if the team does not win a trophy or does not win anything in this season, they're gonna surely blame Ole for the for this kind of team selection, you know. So I'm sure Ole is getting fed up as well. Ole is surely getting fed up as well. That is why you see you see him putting Martial against City because they had no choice. Cavani was injured. If Cavani was not injured, Martial would have not played. Cavani would have been in the first 11. You know. So
But
right
the thing,
now,
Krish,
yeah,
was his performance against City. I mean, caught me off guard. It just caught me off guard because I was actually impressed, to be honest, on a few moves of Steve. I mean, like the one where he took past the midfielders, he did that flip flap, that right left. I mean,
yes,
the thing about Martial was he was executing his job on that particular day perfectly well. I mean, we just got to
correct,
give it, Krish. I totally,
correct.
I believe you will agree with me. He was
Yes, I agree.
displaying some man of the match performance. But now
Yes,
my puzzling thought would be, could he replicate that against Milan and all the other matches we have, the big matches we have? Because we got
yes,
to cement the second place, and we need all 11 fit players and strong-minded players to actually run this game. I mean, the season
yes,
down, right?
Dinesh. Yes,
So,
Dinesh, correct.
do you
But
think?
the thing is,
Yeah,
Dinesh,
do you
you
think
look
if
at it,
given
right?
the next no, but do you think
Yeah.
given the next 5 games, just the next 5 games, and he can bring back the same performance he did in Man City and also give us some goals? Now, what
Okay.
is
Can
the
can we
scenario?
expect him to be a Lingard like how Lingard is
Yeah,
in
I
West
mean,
Ham?
can you expect? Yeah, precisely. A Lingard in West Ham right now is amazing. He is being the talk of the town for since he has gone to West Ham. So if Martial can up his game when it comes to that particular thing, do you think? I mean, how do you want to put
Okay.
this
If I
into
was Ole,
your
right?
book?
If I was Ole, Dinesh, I would have put Marshall as a false number nine. You know, rather than putting him
Right.
a stationary number nine who sits there in the penalty box waiting for the ball, and which he's not able to do so, and he's not physically strong to hold the ball. Might as well I pay him as a false number nine, making runs, making flank runnings, opening up space for his teammates, you know, and then making use of his speed, making use of his mobility to run, So even though he's not really strong or he does not make a lot of off the ball movement, at least when it falls number nine, right? He gives the opportunity for the likes of Rashford, McTominay, Greenwood to surge forward, you know. So because he drops a bit. You see at Marshall, right? Marshall is not performing at the moment because he cannot play as a number nine. He cannot play as a lone striker. United's formation, right? You look at it, right? They only play with one striker up front. Cavani can do that. He can link up play. He can drop. He can make the ball. He can link up play with the midfield. But Marshall can't do that because he's not strong with the ball. He doesn't have that physical stature to hold the ball and to play aggressive against the centre backs. So why don't Ole put Marshall as a false number nine, and then against weaker teams play two strikers up front? If Cavani comes back from injury, Ole should start when playing against Sheffield United or the weaker teams, right? Play two strikers up front, guys. Right? Why you're putting two defensive midfielders all the time, even playing with Crystal Palace? You asked me, right,
Yeah.
about my feedbacks about Crystal Palace game, why we draw the game, huh? Is because Ole's negative tactics. Against Crystal Palace, why do we need a Matic and a Fred in the middle? Why do we need that? Do Crystal Palace have a De Bruyne, or do they have any attacking players that we need to keep an eye on? So why so negative? Why don't you put two strikers up front, or more attacking players? You know what I mean? So this is why we tend to draw with the weaker teams because we still stay very cautious with them. Which by right we shouldn't because we have better players, better quality players. So why don't we play a little bit more positive with the weaker teams and then cautious with the likes of City or other top teams? Then we can play on the counter attack because top teams, you see, right, they like to play possession based football. They like to have control of the match, you know. So then we are gaining the advantage. But against Crystal Palace, no need two central midfielders lah. Play more attacking
True.
players.
It's such a boring match. Yeah, it ended up
Yes,
becoming a boring match.
It was.
Yes.
Right. Okay, guys, wait. Before that, let's run down the comments. We have some interesting comments about the formation part also. So we start Pua. Bang Day with Isma, you got new buddy rant about Martial. Everybody ranting on Martial, 100 million people ranting. Sam continues to see this. We can use the 4-4-2 or 4-1-3 diamond formation. Ole must stop favoring players, yet this should be our season to win EPL, but we wasted all the chances and now we're pushing harder to win all the matches. I mean,
A
that's
lot of
true
draws,
because
unnecessary
we
draws. Yeah.
yeah, we actually bottled it with many teams, and then we won the top team. So that was supposed to be the other way around. We should have won the other teams. Maybe bottled it with City is fine,
Correct.
but we did the other way around. So that's the sad part. And Kishan Balan, thanks Kishan. There's only one false nine, and his name is Bobby Firmino.
And he's
Well,
not
that's
scoring a goal.
well, let's not go to the Merseyside part of it. We don't want to go there, right? I mean, Trafford is buzzing right now, so we stay in Trafford. And we have a interesting comment from Dave. Man United are reportedly open to offers for David De Gea this summer. Great opportunity for Dean Henderson. The boy has been phenomenal. But of course, yeah, there are rumors coming about PSG is coming to get David De Gea.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a very um, I don't know. Personally, I feel it's going to be a tough decision because he has been our class goalkeeper. But again, we need to give way for the future. David might not be resigned to the number 2 post. He might not be really fancying that. But again, Dean is already knocking the doors. I mean, he has been having
Yeah.
some good clean sheets. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting, which of course moves us back to our next topic, the upcoming big match against,
Dinesh,
yeah.
do you just notice that the second topic is about Dean Henderson and also Martial? But I think we have taken so much of time just talking about
Yeah.
Martial alone until the Dave comment come up. Then I was like, oh yeah, we have Dean Henderson.
Yeah.
Correct. So Dean Henderson went missing. So let's bring him back. Let's bring him back for the next topic here. We have focus of the day. We're going to talk about the upcoming match against AC Milan. So we don't have David De Gea. I don't think so. He'll be back very soon. So Vas, what do you think? Do you think Henderson's going to start? And do you think we are going to keep the same team like what we played against Sociedad? Or do you think
Yeah, I think I'd like him to start. I'd like the same side to start. The same side is obviously buzzing as well. And we're playing at home. It's the first tie is at home. I don't know which Milan will show up. Obviously, is Zlatan already back from injury? I don't know.
apparently not? Apparently not.
Okay, but we can't depend on that. We can't. This guy is in a different planet in himself as well. Even though with that age, he still plays the way he has. He's played for us before as well. We've always got to watch out for him. One thing I like about playing the Italians is the pace of the game is much slower. We are faster. We tend to control the tempo. Against a passing side, I think we can do the same as what we did to City as well. So I'm hoping that the same side starts. Apart from Martial, maybe. But yep, and we come up with a good victory or a good few goals to take back to Milan. Yeah.
Right. I mean, because I think we're playing the first game at home, so I
Yeah.
think it's very important not to concede a goal. But again,
Definitely.
minus Zlatan, we also have some interesting characters in Milan like Rafael Leo and Theo Hernandez. I mean, those guys are quite a buzz right now in the Serie A. But Ivan, what do you think? Do you think we have the defensive power to contain those guys after watching Man City match? After one Bissaka and Shaw was pocketing Sterling and Mahrez, and I mean, the Sterling and Mahrez thing is always becoming a habit for I think Bissaka especially. He's always getting his pockets full with those guys. So can he do the same thing and replicate that at against Milan?
Okay, first of all, guys, I feel this fixture is like an amazing fixture, Milan and United, because we are two teams like in a similar state. We have legendary teams now, like fallen giants, and there were point in this season, both Milan and us were top of the league, and everyone wanted, both these teams to win the league in the same year. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. And for the game, I feel Ibra not playing, I think is a good thing because I think he will definitely bully Lindelof and Maguire. I think especially Lindelof. I think he will definitely get bullied by Ibrahimovic. But we need to be wary of Ante Rebic. I feel he's a very direct runner, and he's very fast. So we need to keep him quiet, and also like what you said just now, Theo Hernandez. I think now for this game we can see maybe the two most informed left backs in the whole of Europe, Luke Shaw versus Theo Hernandez in this game. So I'm really looking forward to that. And the midfield battle, I feel McTominay against Frank Kessie. I think that's another interesting duel because Kessie, I feel he's something like Thomas Partey for Arsenal, which can be a good addition to our squad lah. Frank Kessie, I'm a big fan of him. Yeah, so we need to just be wary of, especially Ante Rebic run behind our defense. But other than that, I feel we are favorites for this game.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You know, we have a good comment by Kishan Balan here. De Gea is living a good thing, but having Dean Henderson is a good, but will have ups and downs. I mean, any goalkeeper coming into any squad, it will be up and down. Just like how Schmeichel left, and we had a lot of problems.
Van der
Okay,
Sar
but then
also,
again, yeah. But Sam actually comments here. He says, hoping for the change on the first 11, we should move forward and try to win 3 or 4 goals without conceding. So that's going to be a big ask because this is Milan, and they are no more the fallen giants; they are upcoming giants. So that's going to be a fun moment to see. Right, and Dave actually commented. He said, Theo Hernandez, Simon, Kaya, Pierre, Kalulu, Fikayo, Tamore, Diaga Dalot. If it wasn't clear,
Dalot, yeah.
Mahdi has one hell of an eye to spot a defensive talent if he sees one. You know, and then he goes on to continue. He said, all above mentioned name has impressed in Milan. Tamori only for a short time though, as he arrived some time ago. You know, I mean, the Milan team has not a star-studded squad, but they have a very a good team, a decent team, an average team who's becoming good there. So it's going to be fun. And then we have our host of the show who's not around today. United afraid of a 39-year-old that's truly fallen. You see, this 39-year-old, I believe. Let me just answer this. This 39-year-old is no other 39 years old. This is Benjamin Button. That's what he calls himself. The older he gets, the better he is. Okay. So again, Krish, let me ask you: is Zlatan still a fear factor for us if he's going to play? I mean, if he comes out of the way, the lion roars again, and he says, "I'm going to play against United." Do you think we have to fear this particular character?
If Ole starts Bailey and Lindelof, we don't have the fear of Zlatan. All right, but if Ole starts Lindelof with Maguire, if Ole starts Bailey and Maguire,
that's one to ask that. It's a bit confusing.
Bailey and Maguire, we don't have to fear of Ibrahimovic, because Bailey and Maguire will surely put him on the pockets. Bailey is a real physical player. He will know how to manage Ibrahimovic. All right, but if we start Lindelof with Maguire, then we are in for a tough fight with Ibrahimovic, because Ibrahimovic, as we know, he has abundance of experience, Dinesh. You know, so he can easily turn a match by his own, and he has done it for us as well during the time he was at our club. You know, so for me, it's all about the first team selection that Ole. But first leg, obviously, there's no Ibra. So due to this, we should really try to score at least 3 goals. You know, if we concede 1 goal also no problem, but we must try to score at least 3 goals, minimum 3 goals, 3-1 If 3-1 was the score, right, we have the opportunity to still score another few goals at at Milan. We can still score one goal at Milan. You know, so I see these 2 legs being very close, very very tight affair, but we will somehow go through because of our Bruno Fernandes. Our Bruno Fernandes will do his magic again, and I also feel Rashford will also turn up for the first match. He will also do some good things, and I think, don't know why, Dinesh, but Martial is also going to contribute something during these 2 legs as well. Martial, he might be getting his first goal in one of these 2 matches after some time. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Krish, you see, there's one thing we got to agree. We have a comment here from Jeevan. Besides, Bai knows Ibra A to Z. The thing is, it's well documented that Bai is Ibra's best buddy in Old Trafford when he was at Manchester. It's a documented thing. So we're having Bayi in the mid and in the defense and Ibra. I think it might be some bro moments where okay lah, bro, let's not go hard at each other. Hopefully that happens. But you said something about Martial being a factor at Old Trafford, the match against Milan. Serena, what do you think? Do you think Martial will continue his resurgence against Milan like how he did against City?
Yeah, interesting that you asked me this question because I think for Europe matches, I've seen a different type of Martials, So this is why I think for this game, I think he might be playing and he will be playing, and I think he will not be slacking in how he used to be in other league matches, So because I've seen him in a different kind of game or different kind of role play when he did in Europa. So if and I think because of the amazing job that he did, or I would say a decent job he did in City game, for sure Ole is not going to drop him for this match. So we definitely will be seeing him in this lineup. So yes, I think I would probably see Martial will be there, and I think and also to add on, right? Just now, Krish, you were saying 3-1, right? I hope it doesn't happen because I do want Henderson to concede any goal. I want a clean sheet for him. So I hope it does not happen, but yeah, if possible, I just want a clean sheet win for this. Yeah.
All right. In the comment section, we have a few comments here. Dave B says the only point I would like to stress on the first leg is to get a clean sheet and do not concede. Milan will see us off at Milan is holding up tight. I mean, we just don't know what Milan is all the way up to right now. They are a good team. And then we have a comment from Sam. Actually, we are able to win if we could play more attacking formations. Only Maguire and Bayi able to pocket Ibra. This leads us to score more and we will be able to go through. I mean, I like the confidence where we have our defenders can actually bottle Ibra. That's going to be fun to watch each Ibra plays. Kishan Balan says, trust me, the player United should be afraid of Ante Rebic. I mean, like what I think Ivan mentioned, right? Ante Rebic. Yeah. So, it goes on to say, Bruno can deliver against Milan aside from penalty. How will Ole position the team against Pioli? What will the strategy? So that's something we only can get an answer after the match. So it's going to be fun to see. I mean, Ole doing it against another experienced manager. And Sam actually says our defense must be more accurate and aggressive when it comes to Rebic and Rafael Leo. I mean, that's what I'm afraid of though. And Jeevan says United will be on a perfect form if they can just break down narrowing defending teams. Well, that's our problem, I think. That's our problem, So, says Ibra is not playing. Jorge is more dangerous. I think the whole Milan team is dangerous. But Ivan, let me ask you.
Dinesh. Even City team, the whole team is dangerous, Dinesh. Right? Yeah. So it doesn't matter. It's all about the players' mentality. If they have the passion, they'll win this match. So it's always.
I totally agree, Krish, with that. You see, it's how the manager sets up the team that's very important. But how the team actually performs on the pitch, now that is the ultimate issue right now. Against Man City, we played a wonderful game. But Ivan, let me just come back to you. Do you think United will take this game positively, strategically correct against Milan? Do you think we'll go with the same mindset against Milan?
Okay, this game, since we are playing at home, right, it'll be a totally different game than the one at City because Milan will approach the game differently. They will set up differently. They will play. Their defense will sit more lower because they'll be wary of our counter attack. So I feel for this game we need to be much more, much more alert on the tactics because we should not concede the away goal. I think this game will determine the outcome of both the legs. So this game we need to be a bit more cautious. Make sure Milan doesn't get the away goal. It doesn't matter if we score or not, but Milan should not get the away goal, and we can go away and play our free flow attacking and get the goals away. So for this game, I think we should start with a similar team against the one at City because we need Fred and McTominay there to shut out Milan. Yeah.
Kishan says.
So Ivan, you are choosing Lindelof ahead of Bay, is it?
No, if I'm Ole, of course I'll choose Bailey and Maguire, not Lindelof. Bailey has to start.
I would go for the same. Yeah.
Right. So, Vas, we have a comment from Kishan. He said the key player for United will be Scott McTominay.
McTominay played all right. I mean, like I said, like I think even Ivan has said, and the rest have said as well. I think the formation that we started with, we'd like to think that that would be the best formation that and the team that goes into this game as well against Milan, simply because of that outstanding performance against City. But could it be improved? I think it can. I think it can, because I think some players never played their true potential. But you ask me, don't fix anything which is not broken. So let's go with the side which is already feeling good, in a good form. Start the same side, and let's hope for the best that they don't score against us. We keep it clean, neat, and we get a couple of goals to take back to Milan.
Okay. Right, guys. I mean, it's going to be an interesting week. We have Milan. We want City. Hopefully, the feel-good factor continues against Milan. But
I
now
don't know. Does Dalot qualify to play against us because he's loaned out?
He's playing. Yes.
He's playing, is it?
But I think it depends on the loan agreement, where if the certain loan agreement they cannot face the parent club. But there are certain loan agreement, like I think James Rodriguez, where he played against Madrid. He plays against Madrid when he's buy-in. So I think it depends on the
So obviously Dalot knows a bit about United as well. So that's another thing that's a bit disturbing. But otherwise, let's hope for the best. Yeah.
All right, but okay, we have one interesting comment before we go predictions by Vinod as usual. City win. Overhyped victory will be a downfall. City played open football that gave us space and wasting chances. The performer and Salah's part should be the benchmark to evaluate the team. I mean, of course, I agree, because one win against City does not define our run. We actually, I think we reiterate the fact that we bottled it 3-4 games goalless. So hopefully we can make amends and have a good, decent end to our season by having a good run after this, where 3 points matters, 1 point. So again, guys, let's go to the predictions for the Milan game. We'll start with Serena. Ladies first. What do you think?
Okay. So, Dinesh, I got two things to say first. One is I think there is no more reason for us to bottle this up, because we already got this draw this early as well, for against a tough team, right? So I think if we can beat Milan, then we should have win Europa as well. So for me, we should go all out. The players has to put all this into their mind. It's a very important match. It's very important. Every individual have to play their match and go on. And also not because with the City winning, with the City victory, do not, overhype or like overconfident. So, but anyway, I trust on the game. So, and also another thing, right, Dinesh, after we had our talk show with Mr. J, right, he used to say, right, I'm going to predict United win. I tak kisah siapa pun lawan, United mesti menang. So I'm going to go the same concept. Yes, I'm going to go United winning 2-0.
2-0. Okay, interesting. Vas, what do you think about the prediction of the game?
I was actually going to call 2-0, but I'm going to be a bit more generous. I think it's going to be 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah.
Milan is becoming a pushover.
I don't know. Just because of the battle form. I don't know. Let's see how it goes.
All right. Kishan Balan also, I think, echoed your same scoreline, I believe. He said easy game 3-0 United. Krish, what do you think about the scoreline, Krish?
I'm going to go for 4-1. United winning 4-1.
Oh.
Wow. A lot of goals, man.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Krish. Ivan, what's your take, man?
Okay, I think Milan will see what Sociedad did in the first leg, and Sociedad played a very high line against us, and they basically dig their own grave against our counter attack. So I think Milan will be a bit more wary of this, and I think they will play very low block, and which we will struggle against this. But I think we will still win the game. It'll be very close. I feel we can win. We will win 1-0. 1-0. It'll be a close game.
Okay, so that's going to be interesting. So again, let's
so
wait
how
for
about
the
you?
game.
How about you, Dinesh?
Myself, I'm a bit actually worried. I'm very worried about this game because not the same AC Milan team like what we played many years ago when Pirlo, Bax, and those characters were around in Fergie time. This is a different. Kaka was there, so this is going to be a different Milan team. For me, if our left and right backs are in top form, I'm very confident about the game, offensively and defensively. I'm actually going for a 3-1. We will definitely have to concede, I believe, because it depends our centre back pairing for the day. If the guys can be consistent, okay, but I'm still being cautious. I think it's a 3-1 game. Let's
Okay.
hope I'm wrong, but I think it's 3-1 from my side.
Okay.
Right. So that's a prediction, guys. So let's be let's be hopeful that it's going to be turning out a good week. So before that, let's run our comments again. We have got a couple of comments before we end the show.
Yeah.
After so long, we're meeting Milan round of 16. Definitely, it's going to be a very tough match, and we're going to win 3-0 and second leg 2-1. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Sam. Thanks for the prediction.
Oh, so 3-0, another 3-0. Good.
Yeah. Jeevan says I'm going for a 3-1. Rafael, Leo, my Nick one. Jeevan, we're not playing fantasy, aren't we? Right? Okay. And Vinod goes on to say this shouldn't be a discussion also. Ole needs to win this. Already given red carpet. Easy should it be for United? Knowing Ole United, they will need to go to San Siro and pull off a victory. I mean that's going to be the fun because going away, we are the king of aways. We are the king of aways. But hopefully we really can pull it off. And he gave his prediction. He said 1-3 with no penalty, 3-1 with no penalty. I'm a bit confused right now.
Vino has some things about penalty. He cannot accept the penalty. I mean, it's very hard to
the thing is like this: penalty given, the referee reviews it. So the referee gives it to it, fair and good. If the referee does not give it, we'll be angry. So either way, we want the penalties. We love penalties. It's still a goal. So again, let's not go back to the penalty topic. So anyway, guys, we are coming to the end of the show. So thank you guys, Vasan, Krish, Serena, and also Ivan for coming on the show. We really appreciate your powerful insights. So maybe any last words, guys? Serena, any last words before we call off?
Okay. I just want to say thanks for all the speakers and for your amazing views and reviews for as Krish for coming back again. So we are used to see him and we know how depth he will be discussing about certain issue and all that. It's a good topic. Ivan as well. Thank you so much for your insight. And Vas as well. I call you as Veron. So I hope to see both of you back in the show.
Yeah, thank you.
And also Krish.
Thank you.
Yeah, and also Bang Din, again my co-host, for always making it easier. So next show we have to make sure we get Vinod here, okay? Vinod, if you're listening, please, we need you back.
Yeah. Vas, any last word, bro?
No. First and foremost, thank you. It's been a great pleasure being here for the last hour and a half. Great show. And I wish I did contribute to some things. Otherwise, I'm rooting for United. I'm rooting for United. I'm hoping the league run will get close. I'm really hoping against hope that City keep on stumbling as well. So we'll see. But otherwise, all the best, and let's hope we have a good game against Milan in the next one. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Vas. Krish, how about you? Any last words?
No, bro. I feel it's been a fantastic session as always with all of you. So it's nice meeting you guys and sharing all these feedbacks and insights. So like everyone here, I hope for a positive end of the season for United. Okay, because I think we have the quality in the team, in the players. It's all about our consistency and Ole's team selection and tactics. So, and also I hope City will drop some points because City also facing Southampton next. So there is still chances for us to mathematically catch them, So if City can drop at least 4 points or 5 points in the next 3 or 4 matches, then as long as we continue winning our game,
that will be a damn for us to just go and win the league.
then but the main thing is we need to win all games, Serena.
We need to win all games. All right, that's what I have to say.
That's the key point.
Yes, we need to win all the games. So that is why I have very not high confidence, but if we can win the next 4 to 5 matches, and if City drops points in the next 4 or 5 matches, then we will have a better chance of catching them.
Okay. Interesting, Krish. Let's pray and hope for the best for us. Ivan, how about you, bro? Any last words?
Okay, guys, thanks for having me in. It was a very fun session, hearing a different perspective from all of y'all. So I hope I can make an appearance again. And for our season, I hope the City game, the City victory will be a turning point for us to end our season strongly, because we United, it's our in our DNA to finish season strongly. And I hope we can go for the double, the FA Cup and the Europa League, which I feel these two is the more realistic target lah. FA Cup and the Europa League. I think we can go for this double and give Ole the trophy that he deserves for us.
Correct.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, guys. Before that, we just let's run down a few comments we got before we end the show.
Sure.
Dave says the VR loves United. I mean, everybody loves United. VR is no exception. And Bhaskaran, thanks Bas for watching. I believe you guys know Bhaskaran.
Yeah.
2-0 for United. Thanks Bas. Thanks so much. Says a good show, guys, but it will be better show if you are online. So we'll wait for you to come back. Sam says thank you guys and everyone and good night. Thanks Sam for watching the show. Says with the hashtag GGMU Ole on the wheel, but need to upgrade his processor. Quite a long hashtag, man. Yeah. We'll get in the i7. We'll get in the i7, bro. No worries. And he says City will drop point, but for United to win straight, Krish, we can't have another pandemic. I mean, we got to give it that, Krish, because we had a chance to actually do it. We bottled it, But again, there will be a second chance. We wouldn't know. We might have. So again, let's keep it for the next show, okay, guys. And lastly, we have Kishan Balan, BGW. Okay, we don't know what is BGW here. Kishan, we'll get back to you on the BGW part of it. And Dave continues to say, Ivan, show you're the best fit for DD. Ivan, we'll definitely get you back on the show very soon, Ivan. I mean, you are the most guy. We'll get you back to the show, okay?
Yeah,
and
thanks.
Guys, thanks viewers also for watching the show. Devil's Den by FOOTYtalk. Please like, subscribe, and share it and follow it on your YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and also Facebook. And anybody who wants to join our panel of guests on the show, do DM us and also PM us. We'll definitely keep in touch, and we want people to actually come forward so that we can get you to the show, because this show is by the fans for the fans. So just keep that in mind. So anyway, guys, signing off for tonight.
Lovely.
Have a good night, guys, and
Have a good
go
night,
United.
CMU.
Yeah. See you guys on the next show, right? Have a good day.
Cheers,
Bye guys.
Bye.
Good night. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.